Okay, welcome back for episode 23, question mark? I think it is. Yeah, that sounds about right. The Gorm the Devourer is killed, and we're still going through this whole area to see how far we can get without dying. This is another area where you could have put a little crew drill if you wanted to, but we're going to save it for the big ones. I could probably use this, but once again, all it's going to do is we're going to come back to an area that just has stuff on the ground. If somebody wants to find out for me if that is true about having it where you know, like things will always just remain on the ground after, that would be pretty sweet to find out, but of course, you know, not necessary. But I think that's true, that things won't just remain on the ground forever. I'm pretty sure in order to clean up the way that you know, especially if you're hosting a game, I don't think that they want to make it so you know, items are always on the ground, but might be interesting to find out regardless. Like, for example, I killed that thing last time and there was a pair of pants on the ground. I don't think we're going to go back, you know, 29 days from now and all of a sudden we're going to see a pair of pants on the ground. But, yeah, maybe. Who knows? Alright, we're going to grab this chest. Hopefully we'll find more of them. Last time I got a pretty sweet thing from that copper chest, which got me the copper sledgehammer. So if I can get the iron sledgehammer, if that exists, which I'm sure it does, that'd be a pretty nice little boost in our expedition. I'm not really looking for iron, and this is kind of interesting. So maybe it does like leave that stuff on the ground. I don't know. We'll have to find out. If anybody knows, just let me know. Okay, I think we might have found what I don't think we found what we're looking for at this point. I thought I found maybe where the little skull needs to go, but it's not that. So what we're looking for is a giant arena. It's pretty easy to notice, and when you do find it, you are going to notice it right away because it's going to have a big boss inside of it. Well, not necessarily right away, but it will eventually. The shaman is interesting because when I used to fight it when it first came out, there was a bug in the game that would actually make it so if you moved a little bit out of the arena, the whole fight would stop. I think it still happens, but in a different form. It bugged out on us so often that we actually hated the boss fight, and then we come to find out that it actually had nothing to do with the fact that like we were, you know, going too far out. It was just kind of like a bug in the beta, because this is when Core Keeper was just getting built. But anyways, it's kind of funny. I have a lot of iron, so much iron that I don't think I need any more at the moment. I'm just trying to explore, and we know it's not going to be this close because we're kind of near where Gorm is, because it's right over here. We got to keep looking to the right. Probably should be putting some torches down just so I cannot leave a tiny little mess along the way. Now, there's a boss that I'm really cautious about coming up pretty soon, which is going to be interesting to fight it. I don't know if anybody wants to cover their ears at this moment, but the bird boss... Man, that bird boss, I remember fighting it with friends and it being difficult. I can only imagine trying to fight it solo. And it is necessary that we kill it, so I have no idea how I'm going to tackle that by myself. From what I remember, you have to like hit these little tiny gem things, and then maybe you can use bombs to do it or something. I don't remember. But it's gonna be interesting, that's for sure. But I guess we'll worry about it when we worry about it. Now that the game is finished, I feel like it might not be as difficult to do. But we'll see. And I also think that the game gets harder the more players you have in the game too, so that could be a reason why it makes it a little bit simpler. I'm pretty sure that that is how Core Keeper works. In fact, I'm about 99.999% sure that the more players on the server, the more you're going to have a more difficult time, because obviously the game has to adjust in order to have more, you know, more people have a harder difficulty. Oh, we're getting into crazier zones over here. Okay. So, still not really where we want to be. Soaring pants. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yes. Mining damage. Dodge chance. No mining damage, but who cares about that? Do I have a... I have a soaring headgear. So now we just need the poncho and we're gonna get magic damage. 1 second. Movement speed increased and magic barrier. I mean, a million times better than what this is. And I get an increased movement speed. Ooh, it actually makes a huge difference. Why is that so fast compared to what? Hopefully we can get those pants. If I can get the pants. Wait, what do I have? I mean, not the pants. I need the shirt. If I can get the shirt, then we're in it to win at this point. We have so much iron. To be fair, we probably will need a lot of iron anyways, so I'm not too, like, against the fact of us getting a lot of iron. And I mean, now that we have a chance of getting, like, another lucky roll on that chest, too, and we can make the key, that'd be pretty sweet. So we do need iron anyway, so... Alright. We need to look and try to see if we can find that arena. I want to find it, so at least I can mark it on the map so we know where it's at. Normally, I would find a spot to mine that with the crew drills. I don't want to do it at the moment just because I think that I like to wait a little bit. I know it sucks, but we don't really need to be using crude drills at the moment because we can't even really make a proper setup for them, like without the cranes. And I'm sure some of you are saying, yes, you can, yes, you can, yes, you can, but I'm not ready to do that just yet. I want to make it right. I don't want to make it sloppy. A little sloppy mess doesn't go a long way. I don't know what that was, but that looked interesting. Oh, it's another wall. I was like, I could have swore that looked a little finicky. There are parts of this game that I have not encountered, and I know these are pets, so please don't kill them. On the map, I don't think we're able to see that this is a gold deposit, right? It does not show as one. Might be a good idea to start, you know, if you do find something interesting, just make sure that you explain on your map or put a little marker. So, might be something to consider, just so you know. Because I'm not doing it, but that does not mean that you don't have to do it. Okay, I broke my thing, and even though I broke it, it's okay, because I can still fix it on the go. I didn't bring my repair station with me, although I probably should have. But I don't think I need it at the moment. I don't want to kill these pets, so try not to kill them. If I can go right through them, that would be great. Did I upgrade my bird at all? No, I did not. Yeah, it's really weird not having... Let's see if I can just make one real fast. I just want to get this out of the way. Good thing about these is you can craft your handy dandy... No, I can't, because I don't have any copper on me. Dang. Well, I should have brought the workbench with me, or the repair bench, I should say. I'll make an extra one and leave it in my inventory. What I usually do is I leave it in my little trash bin area, because it doesn't really take up anything. We have the recall idol on us, and the reason why I only will use one is if I'm so deep into the areas where I have so much stuff on in my inventory that I don't want to lose it. Okay, so if that becomes something that you want to start using more of, it's okay, because at this point you probably have a decent amount of utility to make one, so you should be able to make a few, and that is entirely your choice if you want to do that, so keep that in mind. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but that looks mysterious, whatever that is on the ground. I can see it right now. I don't know if you can see it too. The shaman's skull. What is this? Holy moly. 23 max health, plus 10 armor, 11 burn damage applied on hit, 6% chance to hit on consume target's burning effect and deal the total burning damage immediately. Versus right now I'm getting upgraded movement speed, and I'm getting upgraded movement speed. Max barrier, 10 armor, 11 burn damage applied on hit, 6% chance on hit to consume target's burning effect and deal the total burning damage immediately. Consume target's burning effect. What? Oh, this must mean that a skull covered in ritualistic markings. Its burning eye sockets ignite a fiery fury in you. What do I look like when I wear it? Oh, that's like kind of like mask. I don't know. I mean, right now I'm getting magic barrier, so a little bit of more protection. And every second. And this one just does burn damage. I'll probably keep it anyways, because I think it's probably good to have, right? I don't know. Can't go wrong. Let's feed our pet a little little treat and then get back to mining this stuff. I really think it's probably worth keeping, or maybe wearing. I don't know. It's hard to say. I could always keep it in like the secondary spot just to see. I thought we would have been near something by now, but I might have to go a little bit further. That being said, going back right now, all I would be doing is be dropping off supplies. So I don't need to go back just yet unless I found some copper. Did I find any copper at all? No, I didn't. I do not want to be attacking those little guys. I keep accidentally doing so. I feel horrible. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, this is a good spot to end this area. So what we're about to encounter is one of the rare items. Not the rare ones, but ones that you're only going to see periodically. So when you come across these, be careful around them. Make sure that if you're in your game that you try to save after you're done with it. So as soon as you pick this up, you're going to see what the dealio is with them. And you're going to... Okay, so let's mine this real quick. And boom, now we have a amber larva. And it does say can be cooked, so keep that in mind. Permanent when eaten, plus 50 max health only once. This is where it gets tricky because you want to make sure that you make a good recipe, as it does say can be cooked. So don't just eat it right away, although you can if you want to consume it and then immediately increase your max HP to 50, but I'm sure there's ways to improve that. Now, I do want to go back and fix up a few things, as I'm getting a little annoyed with this sledgehammer being broken in my inventory, and we have so much iron. Let's do one more trek just to see if I can find it. I probably should have brought some bombs, but I want to keep as many bombs as I can for the big firework party when I decide to finally fight one of the bosses. And those bosses are very annoying to fight, so I think I'm getting close to it, though. Usually this arena is pretty easy to find. You usually find it pretty quick, so I'm surprised I haven't located it yet. My last few worlds, basically we found the arena before we found any of the labyrinths, so there it is. I knew it was around here somewhere. Okay, so the labyrinth is one thing to get through, but this thing is a whole other. So I don't know if they've increased the size of the arenas or not, but let's go take a look at it. What I probably suggest doing too is we're going to be going through the path of making ourselves a little tiny little area to hang out in around here. And there's a reason for this, because we want to make sure that we have enough room. They really, that's what I think it is. You know what? No, I don't think that's it. I think that's the edge of the world, isn't it? I think this is the edge of the world. That is not the arena. There's no way that's the arena. If that's the arena, I'm crazy. Yeah, that's not the arena. That's the edge of the world. Okay. Whew. I was worried for a second. You can kind of see, if that would have been the arena, that would have been the biggest arena I've ever seen. Okay, you know what? We found the edge of the world, and if you creep on it a little bit, you can kind of see that there's some new things in the distance. So how do we get that? Well, we have to fight the next boss, and then, and only then, can we actually go through the process of accessing it. So that is how you do it. When you attack the walls with normal stuff, it does not do anything. That's interesting. We got to be careful. We're in a bad zone over here. I do not want to die. I have too much good stuff on me right now. And not that I would lose it, I just would have to run all the way back here, and that would be a waste of time to do. I don't know about you, but I don't want to waste my time right now. Do. Okay. Whew. I'm still not where I want to be. Like, I'm still not anywhere near there. Okay. I'm going to head on back. I'm just going to take a little recall idle action and go back home. So all you do is right click it and you're back inside of your base. Okay. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one where we explore more.